What's up guys, how are we doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So, before we get into the video, I just want to say if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, obviously because it's YouTube, but I mean everyone does the whole, oh, dude, it's free, just do it. But not only is it free, but there's a good possibility that you'll get something very cool out of it. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a 2,000 PED giveaway, but if we hit 1,000 by the end of June, then guess what? That goes up to 3,000 PED. So keep an eye out for, anybody that you think would enjoy the content. And yeah, let's get into it. So what we're doing today, I mean, you would have seen in the title, guys. You guys know how I like to run things. I like to make sure people roughly know what I'm doing just based on the title. We're on Next On and we're hunting and mining, but today in this video we're going to be hunting some Screechers. Now, I do want to aim more for the females, but the males seem to drop more loot. Now, I'm not entirely sure why, but the males seem to drop more and better loot. I'm not sure if that's just the makeup of the way people hunt these things, and I think that could be a factor. Because, like, one of the cool things about the Screechers is the fact that the females drop Blazar fragments, right? The females drop Blazar fragments, and the way the looting system works is basically whatever you spend on a kill, you're going to get a percentage back. Now, if you have a good efficiency weapon, that the loot that you get back will, hopefully be more optimal, i.e. not shrapnel, more stuff. But the mobs on this planet drop an insane amount of non-shrapnel loot. Okay? See, straight off. Blazar fragment. That dude dropped 6. Exosaurs tend to only drop like 4 maximum. So the Screechers are slowly becoming a far more interesting thing for me to hunt because they drop Blazar fragments. Now, the fact that you get a percentage back, and a certain percentage will be shrapnel, and another percentage will be optimal loot, depending on your efficiency and all that sort of stuff. Now, the fact that this is a thing means that a very, very, very small amount, hardly noticeable from the looting aspect, the actual loot aspect, will be Blazar fragments, right? And those of you that don't know, Blazar fragments sell for a lot. And I mean they sell for a fuck ton, right? They have a markup, right? They have a markup of nearly 200,000%. Which means if you get 1,000 of these, you can sell it for nearly 20 PED. It's a ridiculous markup. But it's one of those things where you're either going to get it or you're not going to get it, right? You're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. These female Screechers seem to drop Blazar fragments at a far higher rate than, say, the Exosaurs on Calypso, and I do believe one of you guys, when I was live streaming at some point, we're going to get that alpha. One of you guys at some point had said to me that the Screechers tend to drop, they drop more Blazar fragments. So I'm like, okay, when I go over to Next Island, I'll give it a sus. And now that I'm here, sure enough, they drop they tend to drop way more. I spent maybe half an hour to an hour hunting these guys the other day, and I got over 400, right? Over 400, which might not sound like much, right? But when you think about the fact that the loot that you get back, hardly anything is going to be the Blazar fragment. Like, if you're looking at straight up TT costs, like TT returns, you're looking at everything other than the Blazar fragment, right? Just in sheer percentage markers. The Blazar fragments are just a big fat bonus. They're just a big old fat bonus. So if you're on Next Island, give these things a crack. And one of the what are they called? Daily missions for the multiple faction stuff. I believe, like, and these guys give Nova fragments, just so you're aware. Females give Blazer, and the males give Nova. There's a specific daily mission where it's like hunt 50 female Screecher olds, specifically olds, and that gives you some various various limited blueprints for like clothing articles of clothing, things like that, which are pretty cool. I have no idea how much the clothing items themselves sell for, but if they sell for a decent amount, then, you know, if you're able to make it, then that's always a good thing. Of course, there's always the extra skills that you get from it. I'm not sure if the extra skills gained from crafting is worth much. I think it is, just based off what I've seen from the Dorki, you know, his report series, and also from Earn PED with Stevie-B. Just from what I've seen, there's you know, certain things that you can do here that can earn you a good amount. I'm not going to explain what those things are, those specific things. If you want to know that, go and check out Stevie-B, go and check out Dorki Report. In fact, I'm going to leave links to their channel down below. Feel free to, you know, click on them, head over, give them some love, tell them the Scotty C sent you. All that good shit, right? Now, I'm not sure how much they like my content, though. I'm not 100% sure. Like, when I say like my content, I'm not sure how much they are like my content. Like Stevie-B seems to... He mainly puts out informational videos on how you, the player, can make PED in very specific ways. And what new players should be doing in specific things. A lot of the time I agree with him. Some of the times I don't agree as much, mainly because a lot of people don't have the sort of cash to throw around in the sort of PED to cycle that would make some, only a few, of his things really worth it. But some of his stuff, like, he was the one that showed me how to essentially just farm my evasion skills. I'm like, okay, cool. Costs nothing, take off all my armor, go and find a big fuck-off monster, or big old robot in his case, and just let it smack the shit out of you, and every so often you're gonna get experience points. You know, which, it's always good. Getting more skills is always good. I'm going to be looking for a few things on Next Island to sort of, quote-unquote, farm up my skills in evasion and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure I'll find one or two. Hey, 2 Blazer fragment drops in a row, but that is not uncommon with these guys. I'm telling you, it's not uncommon. And these guys, I mean, everything tends to drop these crystals, which they are construction materials, and I've seen a couple of construction blueprints that are like, hey, we need X crystal, like X refined whatever crystal, which is good. It's good to see that the crystals that they've thrown in serve specific uses when it comes to crafting. I would like to gain some more some more crafting things that is specifically Next Island. I'm gonna be at some point today, probably, I'm going to be basically setting I think I'm going to be setting just probably the, what do you call it, the explosive projectiles. It's the cheapest thing, in my opinion, to work with, to gain some construction skills, but also to, hunt for blueprints in that, like component blueprints and things like that. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to find some component blueprints that require, you know, maybe a few different things, but mainly incorporating some of these crystals, the refined crystals and stuff. And these guys aren't doing overly bad. We're getting some okay stuff. Like, nothing wow. But getting things like the Blazar fragments are definitely going to be really fucking good in the long run. I mean, these ones are a good one to swant as well, right? So, like, imagine swanting these guys, right? So you're swanting, say you have, say, the daily mission for the olds. You go out and you specifically target and sweat the female olds, right? So you sweat them, and I haven't tested to see how hard or how often they hit without any armor on. I will be testing that out later. I will be doing, at some point, a video on, you know, what people could be doing on Next Island and all that sort of stuff, because there's a few things that I would do on Calypso that I feel will work far better on Next Island. Swanting is one of them, specifically swanting these fucking things, just because they have a good amount. They'll have a lot of sweat on them. Like, they'll have a few hundred, easy. I think these guys, let's see, it's 44, so that'll be 110, 170, over 200. Over 200 bottles of sweat you'll gain from these guys, right? From the Guardians. And as you can see, like, they drop Blazar fragments. They drop Blazar fragments, so really, these are a gold mine. They're a gold mine of shit that you can get. So, like, you think 200 HP, or, you know, or a little bit over 200 HP for, like, those Guardian ones. Let's say you get to sweat the entire thing, like, on your own. Price of sweat right now is like 1.5 PED per K, so 200 bottles, that would be about 30 PEC, which if you think maybe these guys are like maybe 1 PED to kill, maybe, or a little bit less. I haven't tested out the cost to kill. I know there's information online that you can look at to gauge the cost to kill, but I haven't done it myself personally. But if we say rough ballpark of like 1 or a little bit more than 1 PED to kill these happy chappies, maybe 1, you know, 1.2, something like that. If you add in the sweat that you'll get from them, you're already getting, you know, maybe 30% back. So if you get, well, 20 to 30% back, and if you think on average these guys will give back in TT returns over the entirety of your, like, hunting time, maybe, like, even if it's only like 70, you'll be getting pretty damn close to breaking even. Then add on top of that the various markup items that you'll be getting, like, let's look at this. You get a lot of these focus lenses. Well, I've gotten quite a bit while I'm here, right? And these are, the markup on this is great. So you add in the markup for that, but then you add in the fact that you're going to be getting a lot of Blazar fragments. I don't know, guys. I think these guys are fucking an ideal thing for, you know, newer players to come and try their hand at. And even, like, you know, veteran players. I mean, I know that I personally can sweat. I can get between 250 and maybe 400 bottles of sweat an hour. Something like that. I haven't tested it. I will test it at some point, but, like, roughly. So, if I was to spend the entire day sweating, right? The whole day sweating, I could probably get 3,000 to 4,000 bottles, right? So that'll be 3 to 4 PED, some shit like that. If we then add in the Blazar fragments that I could be getting from them, and then add in the ultimate random possibilities of getting a global or getting a mini, which these guys give minis quite a bit, from what I have seen, what I've experienced. If you add that, like, little factor in, if you're strapped for, if you're strapped for ped, and, shit's going down, you can always spend a day just swanting and, relaxing. And of course, the best thing about it is you obviously don't have to sweat them dry. Like, you can if you want, but you don't have to. So, ooh, look, little 10 PE deer. Very nice. We can get more of those, that'd be nice, but we are nearing the end of our 75 PEDs, and of course we had 75, we started off with 75 PED in universal ammunition. Wasn't 100% sure about the weapon. I know the amp was around 3.5. So let's see. Well, if we say that if we say the decay was close to maybe 34, 35, something like that, of the TT of the R matrix was, 33, 34, something like that. I think that's a good guesstimate, but I'm not 100% sure. But what I am sure about is that these Screechers are slowly becoming my favorite thing to just hunt in general. Because they give decent returns. And if you hunt the females, you get the Blazar fragments. It just seems like an all-round good idea. Let's just switch over to the Falcata. Let's see how the Falcata does. 9.9, 5.9. So we're going to head back and we're going to suss out everything that we got. Right, so we got about 20, so 50, 55, 60. We're gonna get pretty close to. I have a feeling we're gonna be breaking even on this one, guys. I've got a very solid feeling. You can feel it in my cojones, in my man bits, in my schlong boulders. Schlong boulders. It's a fair assessment. But look at the things that we got. One, like tiering components. I think it's like 110%. Yeah, 110. Then we got these guys. These are 140, 150. Like that's some good shit. And then we've got the various extractors now from memory. There's a specific one. I might not have got it, but there's a specific one that is quite good. I might not have snagged it this time. I've got it in my thing. No, I think it's a specific one. But we snagged a good amount of stuff, right? We snagged a damn fine amount of stuff. And the Blazar fragments are basically just joy on top, right? Happiness on top. And now imagine if you added in the sweating. Now we didn't global, we didn't do any of that sort of stuff. We got a couple of like good loops, right? But no globals, no nothing like that. None of that bullshit. Just straight up no globals. But we're already fucking so close to breaking even. We might even broke even on the ammunition cost, right? But if you add in the daily mission that you could do for these guys, if you add in the fact that sweating seems to be a big fucking thing for these, if you add everything, it just seems like a damn fine idea to come out and swant these things. If that's, what you guys are, into. So let's have a look. We're gonna bring this stuff down so we can just grab all in one fell. Pop you down here. Let's grab all that stuff. Alright, 75.68. So we broke even on the ammunition, right? We broke even on the ammunition costs. We made TT-wise a loss. But I think from potential markup, we've probably come out breaking even overall. Which I think is pretty good. So if I was to sweat all of those mobs, like if you think about it, right, if I sweat all of them, every single fucking one, it would take days. Possibly even like a whole week. Thought I heard my pupper. Thought I heard my dog. Oh, I did! Hey Mishka. What's up, girl? Sorry about that. Yeah, doggos, am I right? So, if you add in like if I was to sweat those guys, like this is why I think these guys will be a really good one for, you know, new players or just people trying to find something to do that doesn't cost a shitload. And why not, man? Why not? You know, it might be, if we think maybe 1 or so PED to kill these things, if you come out with, say, 50 PED, you're probably, and you're planning on swanting, you're set for the week, mate. You're set for the week. So, yeah, I just wanted to leave that with you. And, yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty well. And, you know, still a little bit sore. Obviously, that's not going to go away. But hope everyone is doing good. Oh, and thank you for letting me know what the Blood of the Gods does. I've got 3 now. So that's always good. So, yeah, thanks for letting me know what that does. The hunting a Gorgon sounds fun. Though I don't think I'm going to be anywhere near ready. I might need to, like, join a party or some shit like that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button. Let's see if we can get to 30 likes. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.